This week's report will cover the dates of July 15th through July 28th. On July 19th, just before 10 p.m., officers responded to a crash in the intersection of 104th Avenue and Washington Street involving a vehicle and a motorcycle. When officers arrived on scene, they located the motorcycle rider lying unconscious in the roadway. They were transported to the hospital where they were pronounced deceased. The driver of the car stayed on scene and cooperated with officers. Officers shut down Washington Street for several hours to conduct their investigation. Alcohol and drugs are not believed to be a factor in this crash. The driver of the car has been charged with careless driving causing death. While officers were investigating, a moped drove through the police barricade into the scene. Officer Lear flagged down the driver, who admitted to drinking. The driver was arrested and faces 4 charges, including driving under the influence, failure to obey a traffic control device, driving with a revoked license, and third or subsequent alcohol-related offense. The driver has 5 previous convictions for driving while intoxicated. On July 21st at 12:40 a.m., Officer Schroeder was driving behind a Jeep when he witnessed a glass bottle being thrown from the vehicle. The officer initiated a traffic stop, and as he approached the vehicle, he noticed an open beer in the center console. The driver agreed to perform voluntary roadside maneuvers and did not complete them as a sober person would. Officer Schroeder arrested the driver and charged him with driving under the influence and violation of protection order. On July 21st, just before 5 a.m., officers noticed a yellow GMC Hummer parked on top of a curb near 115th and Huron Street. The vehicle appeared to have crashed and was still running. When officers made contact, the driver exhibited signs of intoxication. Upon arrest, a search of the vehicle revealed 3 rifles, a handgun, various magazines with live ammunition, and a gear shifter resembling a hand grenade. The suspect had an active protection order prohibiting him from possessing firearms. The driver currently faces 22 charges. On July 25th at 10:15 a.m., Officers Schranz and Tate noticed 2 people arguing near Malley Drive and Highline Drive. One party was walking on the sidewalk when a car pulled up onto the sidewalk next to them with the passenger side window down. As the officer pulled up behind the car and activated their emergency lights, the car fled with a person hanging onto the side of the vehicle. That person was dragged for approximately 3/10 of a mile before falling off. The driver of the car continued to elude police. The driver was apprehended after crashing and running out of the vehicle near Grant Street and East 102nd Avenue. The driver faces 10 charges, including driving under the influence of drugs, vehicular eluding, reckless endangerment, and vehicular assault. On July 26th at 2:55 a.m., Officer Schroeder was patrolling in the area of Malley Drive and Washington Street when he noticed a suspicious vehicle parked at a business. When Officer Schroeder contacted the driver, he noticed a black handgun in the vehicle. The driver admitted to officers he had smoked narcotics. While searching the vehicle, officers located 3 firearms, multiple live rounds, and suspected methamphetamine. The driver is facing 7 charges, including driving under the influence of drugs, 4 firearm offenses, and unlawful possession of a controlled substance. We now have a major case update into an investigation initiated in January of 2022 where Robert Gomez was accused of sexual abuse. An investigation conducted by Detective Paul Jacey resulted in the arrest and prosecution of Gomez. Gomez was recently found guilty on all charges by a jury and was sentenced to 36 years to life in prison. Crime data and trends can be found on our website, www.northglenn.org/police. Be sure to follow us on social media for the latest from the North Glen Police Department.